Hello there, and welcome back to the channel. We are continuing Ahsoka. This is part 6, and the last one was truly a special episode. A lot of people thought so, and I know a lot of people also thought that it was just too much fan service, but in my mind, it was fan service that serviced the story as well. So it made sense for us to see all of that Clone Wars flashback stuff, and of course, everything with Anakin. It was great to have him back, and the whole transition thing that Ahsoka went through. We talked a lot about that and how it was really, really cool, even though some of the Gandalf comparisons, especially, or mostly just the gray to white thing, was a little bit too much on the nose for you.
For me, yeah.
But
it's just a personal opinion.
It's just an opinion. It's not right or wrong. It's all subjective anyway when it comes to art. So that's just how it is. But I am so excited to continue. Now we are finally going to this other galaxy. The Eye of Sion made its way there in part 4. And then in part 5, Ahsoka and Huyang, they went inside the mouth of a huge purrgil and presumably went off to that other galaxy. They don't know exactly if that is where they're going. They just have faith, hope that that's where it's going to take them. So let's see what's going to happen. Oh, and I also, quick, because we didn't really talk about it, and we haven't been talking about it a lot, but an aspect of this series that I am really loving and enjoying as well is the score. The music is beautiful, and it's so Star Wars. Kevin Kiner, thank you so much. Like that, I think that he should be scoring pretty much everything Star Wars going forward. When like John Williams is, I think John Williams isn't going to score anything. He's pretty much retired now, or maybe he said he wasn't after Indiana Jones. But either way, loving the score. Just wanted to get that in there. Do you have anything you want to say before we start?
Some of you might not like my makeup, but please don't even bother telling me because nobody gives a damn.
Yep. I think it's beautiful and it's very Ahsoka.
It's inspired by Ahsoka.
Yeah, of course. All right. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like, comment. Check out that Patreon page where we have uncut reactions, early reactions, exclusives, a bunch of stuff. Link down in the description below. Now, let's get into it. Ahsoka, part 6. Here we go. I always get so freaking giddy when we start this thing.
I'm so excited about the new galaxy. It was like...
Yeah, me too.
Interesting.
They're really taking some big swings in this series, and I love it. Whoa.
Right?
Love that. Hyperspace looks different for the purrgil.
Because it's intergalactic, I guess.
Now I really have done it all.
I remember them from the stories you would tell us.
History of the Galaxy parts 1, 2, and 3.
1 being the best, of course.
I still have those stories in my archive memory. Would you like to hear one?
Yes, tell one. Come on.
Not right now.
Ahsoka.
Yeah.
She could have ended this.
Maybe.
No Thrawn.
We don't know if like one blaster bolt could have killed that thing. It took Balin a while just to crack it with a lightsaber.
Perhaps for Sabine, it was the only choice.
Wow. It's very sympathetic for a...
Droid?
Droid, yeah.
Huyang is special.
Yeah.
Tell me one of those stories. Yes. Your choice.
A long time ago, in a galaxy far away.
Aww. That was
Okay.
awesome. That was nice. Meta, but
Yeah.
I like it.
Far-
Far away. Oh!
Well...
Nice. So excited. Also because we are in completely unknown territory here. I have no idea what's going to happen.
Like, I have an idea, but...
I could venture a guess, but I'd rather not. Just want to take it all in.
I was hoping for a room with a view.
You find your situation confining?
A bit.
A bit.
We had a deal. You promised me I would see Ezra again.
That's not what he said, right? That was... that.
Well, I kinda, but they haven't arrived yet, so
You still mean to follow through on your promise to her?
Her focus to find Ezra Bridger blinds her. I believe she can still be of some use to us.
Okay. I think you're right. That is just what intergalactic hyperspace travel looks like. All right. Here we go. Such a cool effect. New galaxy. Ooh.
That is Peridia,
Peridia.
the ancient homeworld of my ancestors, the Dathomiri.
It is? Oh, okay.
Okay.
My people were among the first to harness and ride the creatures in the days before time was counted.
The whales came here to die. Peridia is a graveyard.
Huh. Ah. Damn. So that's what's making up like the ring around that planet is just Purgle remains?
Yeah, but... Yeah.
Receiving a signal. Oh, cool. She's so intense.
Yeah.
Whoa! Statues. A lot of them. She seems pretty excited.
Yeah.
Wait, is that Minas Tirith?
Yeah.
What the? They're still here?
Some of them, it seems.
Whoa. So that's the voices that she was hearing through time and space.
Welcome, child of Dathomir.
Oh, and then
You do our ancestors credit.
effect on the voice. It's like Mother Taliesin.
Where is Thrawn?
You shall wait. He is coming.
Them telling the audience to be patient.
It is dangerous.
It? What are you doing? Balin, you promised that she wouldn't be hurt.
Just confining her even more, I guess.
Yeah, okay. Well, she does get a view this time.
Kind of. That's wolves.
Of course.
Are you sure it was Sabine that rigged the Jedi? Rigged? Rogue?
Read.
Rigged. Racket.
Stop it.
English.
Stories of this galaxy are considered folk tales, some ancient past, long forgotten.
With good reason. Sometimes stories are just stories.
But sometimes they're real. You're standing there.
I watched everything I knew burn.
The Jedi Temple?
I couldn't make sense of it at the time. As you get older, you realize it's all inevitable. Fall of the Jedi, rise of the Empire. It repeats again and again and again.
Yeah.
Won't our alliance with Thrawn finally bring us into power?
That sort of power is fleeting. What I seek is the beginning. So I may finally bring this cycle to an end.
Oh. To break the cycle.
If the old stories are true.
Sounds familiar.
I love his character so much.
So interesting. Intriguing.
I just want to learn more about him. It's the Chimera. Oh. Yes. I love those markings underneath.
He's here.
Whoa. Night Troopers. Is that what it says in the... Oh! Ah, there he is!
Do you need a hand or something?
I don't know. This is so cool. Look at them. I love the different designs and speechless. Oh, the music. Oh.
There he is.
What was first just a dream has become a frightening reality for those who may oppose us. Soon we shall all escape this exile thanks to the efforts of Morgan and Elspeth.
Music to my ears.
This is Enoch, captain of my guard. He shall begin the cargo transfer as per my agreement with the Great Mother.
Oh, so that's who Wes Chatham is playing. We don't get to see his face.
They have brought a prisoner.
You never spoke of this.
We did not see it. It is a loose thread.
Then you must be General Balin Skull of the Jedi Order.
Yep. And the mothers are like, what?
The prisoner is Sabine Wren.
And he knows her.
Now there's a familiar name.
Yep. Oh, I can't stop smiling. I know he's the bad guy, but still. Lars Mikkelsen. Ah!
Where's Ezra?
Ah, yes. The desire to be reunited with your long-lost friend. How that singular focus will reshape our galaxy.
Just answer the question.
You shall have provisions, amounts, and our latest intel on Bridget's whereabouts.
Oh, okay. Just letting her go like that.
You helped my cause. Now I shall help yours.
Now he...
You should know that you'll be stranded here forever. It's
sure
also
about
quite
that?
possible that your friend is dead.
No. No, no.
If you survived, I'm sure he's doing just fine.
You've gambled the fate of your galaxy on that belief.
You wouldn't understand.
Perhaps not.
What kind of ride you got around here?
Wolf?
Yep, sorta.
Nomads wander this wasteland and prey upon each other for survival. Here are your weapons.
Interest, just giving her all of her weapons, equipment. Off you go. Don't die well.
She is on a fool's errand.
Indeed. You may follow her at your own pace.
I thought you were to honor your agreement.
But he shall. Sabine Wren will have the opportunity of finding Ezra Bridger, just as promised. And if she does, you and your master will destroy them both.
Okay,
Shit.
sure about that though?
He is pretty damn clever. Whoa, this episode already. I love the design of those new stormtroopers. Look sort of like patched together with...
Yeah, a bit like that Japanese thing where you repair the cracks with gold.
Yes. Exactly. I'm sure that's what influenced it. Nice poncho-ish. Cal Kestis would be proud. Oh shit! Oh no! The mount! Fuck.
Well, they did talk about nomads.
Yeah. Ooh. Love the design of bear armor as well. Very samurai.
They sound a bit like
The Tusken Raiders.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, good thing she's wearing Beskar. Alright, it's time. Ignite it. Run away now. Oh man. That thing got destroyed. She lost her mount. Not a good start.
No.
Skull and Hati riding on wolves. What are you transporting? What are those?
Prepare to attack squads. Wait for Lord Balin's signal.
Should we not send more troops to support them?
During this exile, our numbers have dwindled. So, no. 2 squads will suffice.
But are those squads gonna help them, or?
It matters not whether Ren and Bridge are killed or stranded here. The same can be said for your two mercenaries.
Yeah. I think he's had enough of Force users.
Oh, he came back?
You!
Aw.
You abandoned me!
Aw.
Should have known you were a coward.
Oh,
It's still
cute.
just a big dog.
Yeah, cute. Don't be stupid, Sabine. Seriously, prefer walking? It's still gonna follow her.
Yes. She's gonna be. You're not looking? Yeah.
Well, friend, this is your world.
Sniff, sniff. Good boy. Are we seriously gonna find Ezra already? Or I don't...
You were thirsty. Is that it?
That's what you found? Nope. Something else.
Now what? It's a rock.
Are you sure about
You're
that?
embarrassing yourself.
Yeah, that looks like... Whoop! The hell is that?
Tota!
Noti.
Just relax over there.
Wait. Oh, recognize the symbol.
Yeah. No. I've seen someone with it on. Right?
Yeah. Oh, no. Oh. They're everywhere.
Do you know Ezra Bridger? He's my friend. You know him. You've seen him.
Alright, follow.
Comes from a breed of Balkan Jedi trained in the wild after the temple fell.
Balkan Jedi. Okay.
He was trained as a Jedi. You, I trained to be something more.
So that's what you are. Just something more.
I see what once was the great witch kingdom of the Dathmiri. The existence of the Great Mothers confirms this.
They seem eager to leave this place. Maybe we should too.
Perhaps they flee a power greater than their own.
Oh, that beginning he was talking about?
Something stirs here. There's no need for bloodshed. The enemy of our enemy is our friend.
Depends whether they agree or not.
Yeah. Some cozy little huts.
Kind of looks like bugs.
Bugs?
You know, like the crustaceans called bugs.
Oh.
Ah,
Aww.
baby bug. Or baby.
Something. Noti.
The bandits said no. It was
They were
totally
just speaking Noti language. I think these are actual Noti. So the inhabitants of the planet.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So the bandits, they might not. They've just learned that language. I gather. It's what the subtitles are saying.
Sure.
Where is he? Stop teasing us.
I knew I could count on you.
Ah! Come on!
Typical. Always a plan. Never a good one.
Hey, it worked, didn't it?
For a while.
It worked.
Ezra. I did not expect this already. This freaking show. I love his new look.
Your very own band of rebels.
I have so many questions. You're riding a hound. How'd that happen? In fact, how did you find me?
You have questions, we have questions.
I just want to be happy that I found you. After all this time, can I have that?
Of course. What? You never stay in one place for very long.
Oh, okay. Nomads. Yeah, got it. So how do you move the houses?
Thanks for coming.
You got wheels? You roll
Can't
them?
wait to go home.
Can't wait to go home. I guess you just failed to mention that if they have to go home, they have to go home with that.
On that, yeah. But we
they
know
don't
Ahsoka. They don't know.
They don't know.
The thread of fate has spoken to us.
Another comes. A Jedi.
Mm-hmm.
Could it be the recently deceased Ahsoka Tano?
Impossible.
I thought it was beyond you to underestimate a Jedi. Death and resurrection are common deceptions played out by both Night Sister and Jedi.
Yeah.
Balin assured me of her death.
And yet, he was once a Jedi. We must regard him as flawed. I want to know her background, history, homeworld, her master, everything.
Of course you
Yes,
do.
Grand Admiral.
If a star whale approaches Peridia, destroy it with prejudice.
The thread of destiny demands it, Grand Admiral.
Oh, he is back! Oh no, that's the end.
Yep.
Oh, oh, another amazing episode. Oh, I can't. This series is so good. Or at least that's my opinion. I love it. We're getting so much, and the big swings that they're taking. There's still so mystery and intrigue to the story and the characters, even though we know a bunch of them very well, and just got both Thrawn and Ezra in this episode. Whew. I'm gonna need to come off down this energy.
It's very high to climb down from this energy.
Yes, exactly. And then we'll discuss it. But there we go. Part 6. Far, far away. And we suddenly went to another galaxy. Far, far away. Even from the other galaxy, which is also far, far away from us. And I guess, like, to begin here, it's almost a shame that you wore the Ahsoka makeup today, because she was barely in the thing. I know, like, we got a lot of Ahsoka and a lot of character progression with her. I almost can't speak. I'm just so got a lot with her in the previous one, but here it was only in the beginning, them just riding inside of the Star Whale, and Huyang about to tell one of those stories that he also told the younglings back in the Jedi Order. And I really like that chemistry there between Ahsoka and Huyang. Like, it continues to be great throughout the series, and just with the addition of Huyang as a character, absolutely love it. But that was just the beginning. So let's move into the meat of the episode.
Yeah, it seems like there was a lot of focus on, like, the stories.
Yeah.
And I also think perhaps that's why the title was called Far, Far Away, because it was about these stories. Because when we arrive, we see, well, the Great Mothers were there. And
Witches of Dathomir, or Dathomiri, as they said here.
Yeah, and we got some information about them through Morgan Elsbeth. That said, well, we as Night Sisters, we actually came from this distant galaxy, and we were the first ones who learned how to ride the Star Whales, the Purrgil, to another galaxy, or the galaxy that we know. So that was all new information.
And really, really interesting. So intriguing how they are connecting things here between the galaxies, and with the stories as well, because like we haven't really heard them before, but it makes sense that there would be these sort of stories, and telling them to the younglings of the young Jedi again, and Baylan knowing those stories, and at first, you know, just writing them off as folklore, but there's always something to it. And now they are here on Peridia. They're seeing the witches, the mothers, the magic with a K that they can do. And then him talking about what he ultimately wants. He wants to break the cycle. And I love that we finally got more into his character and what he is after. Because we've known from the beginning that it doesn't really seem like he's just a bad guy who wants to bring Thrawn back and start a war and then power, power, power. Like, he has been talking about power, but that type of power is fleeting, as he said. And it just repeats itself over and over again, these cycles. So he wants to break it, and the way to do that is to go back to the beginning. How is he gonna do that? Like, I've heard theories about what he ultimately wants is access to the world between worlds, because then he will also maybe in his mind have access to the power of like changing things and going back in time and changing things. So that is how he's going to go back to the beginning.
Well, that makes sense.
It does make sense if that is indeed how the world between world works, if it's not all predestined, because that's what a lot of theories are also about, because like we haven't really been explained exactly what the rules of the world between world is. No. We've seen Ahsoka being saved by Ezra going sort of back in time, but was that always destined to happen? Like, he couldn't save Kanan, or he shouldn't, and that was also maybe just a trick of Palpatine in there, and Palpatine was never able to gain access to it. So yeah, there's a lot. Sorry. Yes,
it's just, we know that there's definitely components of fate, because the Great Mothers, they
talked a lot.
They talked about like the threats of fate, but also that they didn't expect Sabine to be there. She was a loose threat.
Yeah.
So it seems like there's just like if you are that sort of believer, some people believe, of course, in like that your life is predestined.
Yeah.
But there are also a lot of people that believe in it, like also like complete chance. And some people believe in like a middle way, that you are predestined to do something, but there are always like things that can.
There's always going to be something unexpected that can happen, and you can never truly know what the future is going to look like. And then we've had that in Star Wars before, and with Yoda a lot talking about how the Shroud of the Darkness, blah, 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 Shroud of the Dark Side sort of interferes with his ability to look into the future and trying to see maybe what's going to happen. Palpatine in the same way, like, foresaw a lot of the things that he did, but there were also stuff that happened that he did not expect, of course. So it's always gonna be like I like that middle ground when we're talking about stuff like this.
Yeah, but it's also it also reflects like our world. That there are a lot of people that believe that we are predestined, and I can just perhaps put a science spin on it, that in this case, like, the predestination is our genes. That our genes will basically make who we are. But there are also a lot of things, like, and that's the thing, like, we constantly figure out in science, especially the biological science, is that just because you have like a genetic component, or like you have a disposition towards something, doesn't mean that it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need a trigger, and sometimes that, like, the genetic makeup like, miracles will happen. Like, there's some things where it's like, oh, I did not expect this, it came out of nowhere, basically.
Yeah.
And that's also why science can be so hard, because like when can we actually put a theory? Like, when can we actually, with a hypothesis, how can we actually explain this? Because there's some things that you can't explain.
Yes, there's always going to be things that are unexpected.
Yeah, and like, and we really want to understand. That's why we do science, right? That's why we try to understand, and we try to predict, and we try to put things into boxes. And when science falls short on these explanations, then other things like belief takes over.
Faith.
So that's also why certain huge scientists would be believers in God or something like a like divine power.
Even though you're scientists and you try to find a rational explanation for everything, still acknowledge that there are things that can't be explained.
Yeah, and then they patch the holes with like belief. I know Einstein. I'm pretty sure like he was a huge believer in God. And it's just an example. Some people believe and some do not, and they're just trying to put like because I know about science. So.
Well, yeah, you're a scientist, so it makes sense. But that was just extremely interesting. Everything that we got there with the Dathomiri, the mothers, hearing that voice effect again, just like with Mother Talcin, it's so ominous, intimidating, but also it sort of draws you in. And then the big thing. We got to see Grand Admiral Thrawn. He's back. Lars Mikkelsen is back in that role. Well, you know, he voiced it before. Now he is truly, fully inhabiting the role and doing such a good job already. Like, you can just feel that. And it, again, intimidating, but he draws you in, and with the way that he speaks and he's...
That voice, as you even said, like, that the voice is music to your ears. And I'm just gonna second that, because that was just... Oh, we're back.
Oh, we're back. We are back, and we got to see his Star Destroyer, the Chimera. It has been patched up just like his Stormtroopers. Patched up with, you said it, like gold, like when there's cracks and you patch it up with gold. And they also had these red markings. And then this very, very interesting, was it Captain? Enoch, at least. Yeah. Where there was... like patched the Stormtrooper helmet with a gold face, and we didn't get to see the face underneath, but we know that is Wes Chatham, and I hope he gets to take off the helmet at some point and we get to see his face, but if not, I'm sure this was like an awesome thing to do, to play a cool character like that in such a cool costume. Like I love the design of Thrawn's new army, Stormtroopers, and even though
old army, but
new getup. And he said that we've already lost so many here. We've lost. That also makes sense. They've been there for so long, and I'm sure they've had to contend with some of the Outlanders and stuff. And maybe even when Thrawn and the others, like when they met the Dathomiri, the witches, the mothers, at first maybe they were, you know, enemies, or they got into some sort of I don't know what word I'm looking for. You have something to say, I can see.
Well, I was thinking, because I didn't watch the last part of Rebels, perhaps he could also refer to, they were pulled out of battle, right?
Yes, they were in the midst of a battle there, yeah.
So in that regard, he also kind of lost, like he lost basically his whole fleet, so only the Chimera was being transported away, so maybe he lost some numbers there as well.
Oh yeah, no, in that... It's been a while since I've watched Rebels, so correct me if I'm wrong, but in the Rebels finale, I remember it only being the Chimera that was there. So there weren't like other ships. He didn't come with a fleet.
Okay.
He was just there to take them out on Lothal, and was about to do it, and he had basically won. But then Ezra did the thing with the Purrgil and just whooshed them away. And then that was how they won the battle back then.
Okay.
So I took it to mean that of the people that was aboard the Chimera, they lost a bunch of them on Peridia. But maybe he was also referring to to that battle. Like no matter what, he doesn't have a full fleet, a full army to invade. So once he gets back to the known galaxy, he's gonna have to rally the other Imperial remnants, which we've already gotten a little bit of in The Mandalorian, that meeting with Gideon and so on. They were talking about the imminent return of Grand Admiral Thrawn. So yeah, that is coming if they can get back. And I have no idea how this season and this story is gonna wrap up, and still if we're gonna get a season 2, but I'm guessing that they're going to get back, and Thrawn is going to take over, and he's gonna become a big problem, and they're all gonna have to band together to deal with him in this movie that Dave Filoni is directing.
So he's doing the end game of Star Wars here.
Yes, sort of an Avengers deal where everyone has to come together to defeat Thanos. In this case, Thrawn. Yeah. But that was I'm still just riding on that high of just seeing and hearing everything that happened here. But then he did this very interesting thing where he also sent Sabine on her way, just gave her a mount and her weapons, everything, just go find Ezra. And then we also got into what you sort of insinuated with, yeah, you promised her that she could find Ezra, but didn't promise her that, you know, they would survive after that or get back or anything. So pursue them, and when you find them, kill them. And that's that point in the episode where I was really starting to think, okay, so are we going to see Ezra already? Because they are really just like, if not, then they're gonna have to draw this thing out a lot. But no, after a little search and having some trouble with her mount, but reprimanding it, and that was kind of cute, getting into a fight with some of these Outlanders, she found the native species, the Noti, and they took her to Ezra, and we got to see Ezra Bridger again, and that really hit me emotionally, because I love Ezra and just all of the characters from Rebels, and his relationship with Kanan was truly special as a master and apprentice relationship, and I miss Kanan so much. But we got to see Ezra Bridger back, and I thought, I can't remember the name of the guy who's playing him, but I thought he did a really good job already here, just with the mannerisms and everything. Like, he seems very Ezra Bridger-esque. Now him and Sabine are together. What's going to happen when Sabine then finally tells him about how she got there? How is he going to react? Like, he seems very Zen-like right now, and he's just like, I knew you would come. Took you long enough, but I knew you would come. So yeah, what's going to happen there? They're going to pick up their shit and move, because that's apparently what they do, the Noti. They are nomads, but we also have Ahsoka coming, and that's another thing that was unexpected.
Yeah, but at least they saw her coming.
They saw her coming, that's true. Thrawn was just like, that sucks.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna assume that, of course, she survived, or, well, they didn't say that it was Ahsoka. They could just see someone else is coming here, and they are.
It's a Jedi.
Yeah, with the Purrgil. So he deduced that, okay, most likely Ahsoka, even though you told me that she was dead, but from my experience, you never know. We have to prepare.
He basically said what we always say. If there's no body.
Yes, and especially with these Force users, you never know. They can get sliced in half, stabbed with lightsabers, disappear. They'll always come back, it seems.
If they have plot armor.
Yes, if the story demands it. So he's preparing for that, and said that he's gonna need the help of the mothers again if a Purrgil space Star Whale, whatever, shows up, destroy it. So that's gonna be an issue, and so much can happen. We have 2 episodes left. I dare not guess and go into theories. I just want to experience it when it happens. But Absolutely love this episode. And again, the music, mwah, all the way throughout. And you can hear in several of the scenes with Thrawn, you can like hear his very ominous theme there, just in the background. That was great as well. And the look of everything in the series, like the effects, I think are great. And like sometimes it's fairly easy to see that, okay, they're doing this in the volume. Other times, not as much. And I think they did a great job with showing us this new world, Peridia, and all of these new designs and everything in this one, and bringing in the Chimera and all of the stormtroopers there. What did they call them? Night troopers? Yeah, all right. Just had to make sure. Night troopers. That also just makes a lot of sense. Night sisters, night troopers. They have they're working together. But just everything that we saw in this episode, beautifully made, great acting, just great thumbs up, all across the board. I'm running out of words. I'm so happy, you guys. This is so good. I love this kind of Star Wars, and where they can really take some big swings and hit the nostalgia points, but also give us some new stuff. So much intrigue and mystery, and you want to know more, and you want to dive more into it. And I didn't want the episode to end, but still, I sort of did, because it's if the episodes were like hours long, then it would be a nightmare to edit. But anyway, yeah, that's just the reactor. It just sounds wrong calling myself a reactor, but that's the editor in me talking, or whatever. Again, I'm running out of words. Speaking of words, should we get into Danish word of the day, or do you have anything you want to add to it?
Just a slight thing.
Yeah.
Whatever power Baylan was talking about, he said there was something that called to him.
Yeah.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Yeah.
Like it's always like if there's something greater than this, and he's talking about the beginning and everything, and I just can't help but.
He also said something about maybe they're not as like, yes, they want to get back to the known galaxy, but maybe they're also kind of running from something that
exactly,
is more powerful.
and that's why I'm like, what is it that they have? Like, what are they running from?
What is more dangerous than Thrawn and his alliance with the Dathomiri? Like, what is more dangerous than that?
Yeah, it's.
What could they be running from?
And then it's a bit like, and I know I always bring this up, but a bit like the Reapers in Mass Effect, and the way that they can indoctrinate you. And I'm just feeling like, is he being indoctrinated by something?
Yeah.
Like a Reaper?
Yeah. Kind of like, my mind also goes to Shang-Chi with his father and what was, calling to him, and what he inadvertently released.
Yeah, basically like Pandora's box.
So sort of a deal. Yeah. We've seen that thing in many
it has many iterations, definitely, and versions. It's just
so intriguing.
But it's also because it's so dangerous, right? And it's just like
I'm getting like
anxiety, stuff like that. Where it's like, I don't need that.
I don't need that. All right. That was it. Then we're gonna move into Danish word of the day and then wrap up after that. And since Dave Filoni is so fond of wolves, and he's doing everything he can to sort of weave some sort of wolf imagery or names or whatever into his story, or actual wolves, let's just translate wolf. Wolf in Danish is...
Ulv.
Ulv. Yeah. Anything you want to say about the spelling there or anything? It's pretty... U-L-V. Yeah. Ulv.
Ulv.
Yes. Wolf. Ulv. There you go. Danish word of the day. And that's going to do it for this reaction and review of Ahsoka Part 6, Far, Far Away. I love that title still, by the way. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you very soon. May the Force be with you. Bye.
Bye.